Okay.
Alrighty. Welcome.
We have our own mics.
Welcome, boys and girls.
Yeah.
And everywhere in between.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate.
Yeah.
We don't hate.
Yeah, okay. All right.
If you're gay, that's okay.
Yeah, clearly. We defend gay people constantly. If you're still wondering if we are okay with LGBTQ plus 2, then yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
They keep adding stuff to it, so I don't know.
I still just say LGBT, but
Yeah.
people say LGBTQ so much that now I actually do say the Q at the end.
Yeah.
But I have a bone to pick with the Q. Okay?
The queer.
That's bullshit.
Why?
Because all queer means is like
Gay.
no, it means well, queer used to be a slur for gay people.
Yeah.
But right now, like queer, apparently what like it really means is it's like
Strange or like odd.
it's like
Right?
if you're gender queer, that just means like you don't follow like the gender norms.
Oh.
So it's like okay, so first it's like some people are like, oh, doesn't queer just mean gay? Then other people are like, gender queer. That's like the same thing as the T stuff. So like it is confusing.
It's kind of redundant.
It is, but I just think it's because there's certain people who just like don't identify with any of those other ones. So I guess, but I mean, all right.
I mean, come on. You got,
Calm down.
Yeah, there's got to be a point where you're just like.
Because like, what are we talking about here? Because I don't follow. I would say that a lot of people don't follow every single gender norm.
Yeah.
You know.
But like, they do keep adding stuff to the LGBT.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of letters, and I'm just like, come on.
I think they stopped after a while.
Like LGBT on its own is pretty like that. Pretty
much covers all your bases. Yeah. Honestly, it really only needs to be like GT, like Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah.
Which stands for Grand Tour. But I mean, gay and trans is pretty much all we care about.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
the rest are all.
I mean, I don't even know why lesbians are like called lesbians. I always call them just gay.
Well, yeah, lesbian just means gay woman.
People. Yeah. I mean, I don't
know.
So
you would think they wouldn't be offended if you called them gay, but it's like Miss and Ms. If you're a proper lady, if you're a proper lesbian lady, you want that title of lesbian, I guess.
I guess.
Bi makes sense, but if you're bi, some people get offended when you're like, you're gay. You're like, no, I'm bisexual. But they think you're hounding on them for being either straight or gay. And they're like, I'm both. But a lot of times when you call someone bi and you call them gay, you're like, no, I know you're bi. I'm just saying part of you is gay. And that's funny to me. Like, I'm not saying you have to pick a side. Because some people do say, like, bisexuals don't exist. And I always think, no, they don't. No one thinks like that. But then I run into people who will randomly be like, no one's bi, okay? You're just confused. And I'm just like, why do you believe gay and not bi? That makes no sense. If you're already that far in, you might as well just go all the way.
I know.
It's weird. It would be, people just...
One of my friends said that he doesn't think gay people exist. He thinks they do it for attention. And I'm like, what?
Well, if we were all straight, like I'm straight, you're straight. So we know, like, we have an aversion. Like, we don't really want dick in our mouth.
Yeah.
So if we're just like, no one is like, it'd be funny. No one is like that.
Guys only kiss each other on the mouth when they're trying to be funny.
Yeah, exactly. Hey guys, you want to see our new joke? We've been practicing and we started making out. And they're like, to be fair, if one of my friends did that, I would clap at the commitment. Because that's a lot of commitment to that joke. I would laugh at the absurdity of it. I don't want to do it myself.
Have you seen those TikToks where they like fake, like the guys fake kiss at the end? Or like it'll be like 2 girls and 2 guys. And the guys are like, I have a crush on someone in this car.
Oh.
And they just like, and the girl's like, oh, who? And then they just turn into like...
That's kind of funny.
But it always cuts out at the end. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Just fucking follow through.
Because it's too hard.
I know, but like, it would be so much better if you just followed through. It'd be so funny.
Yeah. It's not easy.
No, some of them are like really convincing. Like,
yeah.
It's fucking weird, but it's funny as all hell.
I like the video of like the 3 girls, and they're like, if you lose, you have to call your crush. And then the girl loses, and she's like, fuck. And they're just like staring at her, and they're like giggling. And then she calls the girl driving the car. And then she goes, "Why'd you call me?" And they just stare at her. She goes, "So I'm gay." And then just ends there. Which is funny because it's like she knows.
Yeah.
It's like when you know you're gay, but you still don't tell your friends, and that's how you come out. That's really,
yeah.
I don't know if that's fake or not, but it seemed real in the video. All right, let's talk about. I'm gonna try to edit this video and have it up tomorrow. I want this up as soon as possible.
Yeah, to be as relevant. I feel like
no
sad
promises
now.
if I'm really tired, but yeah. What happened yesterday is a historic event. Like, it's literally going to be in our history books. This hasn't happened since the War of 1812. We went like a whole century without this shit, and now we're back. Now we're back to it all over.
At least with the War of 1812, it wasn't our own people.
Yeah, I know. It was
Trying to...
it was the British, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is our own people
Well,
waving Blue Lives Matters flags while they attack the police.
yeah.
Apparently, some of them burned their flags. Some people said that. Like, they had one scuffle with the cops. Like, you know what? Blue lives don't matter.
What happened to no flag burning? Okay, whatever. There's so many hypocrisies.
It's just the American flag, but black and white, which I think is still fucked up.
Yeah,
that you would burn a flag that's just the American flag with different colors. That's still fucked up.
I think burning the flag's fine.
It's fucked. I think it says a statement about America. I don't think it just means only the police, because that Blue Lives Matters flag is
American. Yeah.
It's like the reason they use the American flag is because they're trying to imply that this is like patriotic or something, right? Like, because they're against kneeling for the flag because that's anti-patriotic, even though they're completely opposite.
Yeah,
like, kneeling for the flag is expressing your freedoms. So, and supporting the police is not like America should be about freedom of speech, not freedom to be suppressed, which is not a freedom.
Yeah, but.
So yeah, let's talk about that.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, U.S. hasn't really backed any coups lately, so I guess they just picked their own country.
Yeah, we didn't know who to. Yeah, what country should we overthrow? How about our own? No. I mean, I guess it's better to do your own country versus all those other countries we've been doing, but yeah, it was kind of shocking from like
it was
like when we were hearing about it.
Yeah, we were at work.
We were at work and we put it on the radio, and we were like, I mean, I was pretty shocked, but actually, like seeing it after work when I went home and looked at the pictures people took, people like stealing all the stuff from the at first, like the viral one was like the guy holding the podium.
Yeah, but
people stole a bunch of shit, and people were in like the Senate hall. Where, like, I watch a lot of political stuff, and if you watch C-SPAN, that's what you see. Yeah. Like, you see so much going on there. Yeah. And people were just, like, doing stupid-ass shit in there. And it actually was, like...
Have you seen this picture of the riots?
I don't know if... Okay, maybe I can put that in, but Shane just showed me something fucking retarded instead of... I'm trying to talk about this. Anyway,
I got it.
Stop.
I knew that was gonna work, dude.
No, because I'm like, okay, if you're cutting me off, it better be fucking important. Like, I was already mad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just rewatched that episode of Oni Plays where Zach keeps doing that to Tomar.
Can we stay on topic?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Please. Will you talk about it?
Well, yeah, so we're at work and like by that point they hadn't like stormed the Capitol yet. They were just protesting.
I told you that they were already there and they...
Well, I knew, like, I told you about the MAGA Million March.
Yeah. Shane told me about the march way ahead of time. We talked about it in this last week. And then I was like, yeah, they're already there. And I was like, is the march today? And I think you were like, yeah, it's today or tomorrow or something.
It was supposed to be the 6th, so yesterday.
Yeah. And then, I just watched the video today of, on my lunch break, I watched, it was like 3 cops in front of a barricade and just a fucking huge array of people. Which I also saw, like, some bird's eye view footage of, like, the Capitol area. And there's just, like, streets full of fucking people. And they had like 3 cops standing outside and with these really flimsy barricades. All they did was like push them down. At first, it was just like 2 or 3 dudes fucking with the cops. and the cops were like punching them straight in the face. Like the cops were like fucking back off, and they wouldn't listen. So the cops started decking them, but they were just fighting the cops back. So you had like 3 fist fights, and literally once the cages were down, and like they had like 2 cops on like a dude or something, like elderly women and all these like random ass people were just walking past the barricades, and the cops were just like, "Fuck, we can't do anything." Like the cops didn't even try. They're just like, they're like, what do we do?
Well, did you see that video of the guy?
They can't like knock out everyone with one punch.
Did you see the video of the guy taking a selfie with?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's a pretty viral one. There's also the video where the cops let the people through the gates, and if you watch it in slow motion, you can see a cop actually just like open the gate, and they're just like, "All right, come on in," and you have to wonder, either are they in on it or did they just give up? Like, did they just say, "We can't stop these people. We might as well let them do what they want"?
Let me just say this: when BLM came to DC, they already had the National Guard there before the protests. Yeah. They had like,
well, if you remember, they tear gassed the fuck out of a street in front of a church so that way Trump could take a picture holding the Bible. And he was like, "Law and order," and like they just like decimated a bunch of protesters so that way protesters wouldn't be where he was. When the whole point of a protest is to be heard, he's like, "No, I'll just annihilate all of them and then come in." So
but you know, when his own people come in, he just sits in his office and he's like, "No, we're not going to call the National Guard."
The best part is that him and Rudy Giuliani spoke in front of like this giant bulletproof glass on a podium outside, literally talking to the million march people. Like all the people who broke into the Capitol building were listening to a speech by Trump, and then they went and they broke into the Capitol building. But the thing is, people were under the impression that Trump was going to march with them. He said his little speech. This is where Giuliani said, "Let's do trial by combat," because he puts his reputation on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you shouldn't say such violent rhetoric. I don't know.
It's almost like words matter.
Yeah.
Especially if you're the president of the fucking United States.
And you're like...
And people look up to you.
The election was stolen from us. It's illegal. You're watching your country be destroyed right in front of you. Maybe you should do something about it. I don't know. And then literally, after he stirred everyone up and got everyone all fucking like riled up, he just left. He literally just went back. Like, he didn't march with them. He didn't go to the Capitol. He was like, "All right, peace. That's all I wanted to do today."
Yeah.
But the thing is, those people, he said in the speech that they were just supposed to like show their support for the other Republicans.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: what he said to them was that he said that like Pence could change the fate of this for some reason.
He was like, Pence must have the courage and the strength to do what he needs to do and send it back to the states.
That doesn't make any sense. Pence can't do anything. It's literally a vote. It's a democratic vote by people. They can't do anything about this.
Well,
but also, that whole ceremony, that's not where the votes are counted. That's not where the votes are decided. It's already been decided. Literally, the day it's decided who's president is election day. Now, this year, you know, we had to wait a few days because we had to count all the votes. But like, no, it's literally just a ceremony. Like, it's literally just like normally this happens every election and no one really cares about early January stuff because it doesn't fucking matter at all. Like, people don't even pay attention to this shit. People pay attention this time because Trump put emphasis on it that this is where they're going to decide things. Because to him, it's like we still have a chance. But it's like, no,
you don't.
It's already over. It's been over.
You said you had a chance with Supreme Court. Supreme Court fucking shot it down. And Mike Pence did the same thing. He was like, no, there's no fucking fraud.
But also, you can't... The Senate people don't... They literally don't decide it.
I know.
All they do is literally count the votes again as like... Literally like a
They count
ceremony.
the electoral votes.
Yeah, it's literally a ceremony. It has no... Because the actual voting is all done on state level. So like, literally none of it... Like this
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Like, you need to go... Like, DC has no control over the shit. It's literally... You have to go to every individual state. So like, it just makes no sense. None of this makes sense. And also, I'm sure people might have been somewhat riled up because Georgia was turned blue, which gave Senate majority to the Democrats. And,
by one.
Yeah, by literally one vote. But like, which is amazing because Georgia
hasn't been...
It's one blue state. Literally every state that borders it is red.
Well, it hasn't been blue in 30 years.
And one of the senators is the second black senator from the South, period. And the first black senator of Georgia, period.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, it's a big fucking deal.
That's awesome.
But people, why do you think...
Georgia has such a high black population.
Yeah,
though.
well, they fucking came out and voted this time because... But also, what you have to understand is this was literally like right after Mitch McConnell is like, nope, we're not doing $2,000 checks, and everyone was like, bro. So, and now, I think the senators in Georgia ran on that. They were like, yo, we're gonna try for higher checks.
Now Mitch McConnell can't do shit.
Yes, Mitch McConnell can't block
fucking
shit now.
Oh, yes,
he's done. Hate that guy. He can't block shit. The Democrats have full control of everything. So
he's such a dick. Like, he doesn't do anything.
No.
He just blocks everything.
He literally, all he does is obstruct our democracy. That's all. That's his one job. And then Republicans and Libertarians say, oh, government can't do anything right. When it's literally a fucking Republican sitting there going, nope, no to this, no to that, no to this, no to that. So now, when Bernie proposed the $2,000 thing, when he was like, no, 600 is not enough. I'm moving to vote for 2,000, and that's the only thing we're going to change, just the 2,000. And most Democrats voted no on that. So now, when things don't get passed, we can blame the Democrats.
Yeah.
You see, this fucking idiot named Jimmy Dore on YouTube, he used to say, let's vote in Trump, and that way America will see how bad he is, and then we'll totally get progressives, and we'll get Medicare for all. That's not how it works. We had Trump, we went, like, the establishment Democrats wanted even less to do with progressive shit this time.
Yeah.
They attacked Bernie Sanders relentlessly, so we're further away from Medicare for all, because you need to start slow with Democrat shit and then build up. The problem is that we never get past, like, the establishment Democrat, because we have a stupid two-party system, you know, where... It's like, okay, you just had Obama. Now, do you want someone who's slightly worse than Obama or who's way worse than Obama? It's like, wait, what about more progressive than Obama? What about that option?
Yeah.
No. Two-party system, two presidents. You only get to pick between two people. So, it's kind of stupid.
Two people decided by corporate entities.
Yeah, two people decided by a boardroom.
Who has the most money.
Yeah.
Who can make the most money for him? Fucking God.
I am, you know, I said this on election night, and I'll say it again, that I am excited for a Biden presidency. I want to see what happens. I'm not going to just sit here and be a nihilist about it right off the bat. I'm not super optimistic. He did say he would veto Medicare for all. He said if Congress manages to pass it, he would veto it. So, like, I'm not super optimistic about Biden. But at the same time, there's going to be positive change done, especially...
He's just going to do everything
because
Trump.
I shit on Obama too, but the thing is that Obama literally did get blocked by Mitch McConnell a shit ton with a lot of things he did. In fact, Obama would propose right-wing things just to have it blocked by Mitch McConnell, almost to just do it as, like, to send a message. To be like, dude, I'm trying to give you guys what you want, so you play by the rules and play fair. And Mitch McConnell's like, no, we're blocking it anyway.
Fucking hate that
Like,
guy.
that's all Mitch McConnell does. He doesn't care about anything. He doesn't care about the people of Kentucky, the people of America. All he cares about is blocking shit.
He's such a head ass.
Yeah.
I know, I'm so glad he's gone.
Well, he's still there. This is what I told you at work, is that he's a cuck now. Because he's still there, but now he has to watch someone else do his job.
Yeah. And do it better.
Yeah. And get praise for it while he used to get hate on it every day.
Yeah.
Because people fucking have hated him for so long.
His house finally got, like, vandalized and shit, too.
Yeah. So did Nancy Pelosi's.
God.
And also, okay, so what happened to her when those people stormed the Capitol? People stole her mail, like her physical mail. They went through her emails. They vandalized her suite and wrote, "We won't back down." Except Trump conceded. So Trump just conceded today.
Did he officially concede, or was he just...
All he said, the only official thing is that he's going to transition the power to Biden peacefully. Because for a long time, he's kept saying, everyone knows this, but for a long time, he kept saying, well, maybe I won't hand over peacefully. Depends what happens. And then after he said the election was stolen, he's like, nope, I'm not handing it over peacefully.
And Biden was like, okay, we'll just send in SEAL Team 6.
Democrats literally seem to never care about this because they're just like, we'll just drag him out. In fact, that's more fitting for him at this point.
Yeah.
But the actual truest, most fitting ending happened for him yesterday which is people attack the Capitol on his behalf, proving it's like the last final fascist thing he managed to accomplish. So it's like,
I know. If he wasn't already one of the worst presidents we've had,
yeah.
yesterday secured his place.
This is saying if he's the worst president or not has a lot of layers to it, but this has got to be one of the most embarrassing legacies I've ever. I can't think of anyone who's had a worse and more embarrassing legacy than Donald Trump, and the most disgraceful. I mean, literally, what happened was pretty sickening. I mean,
I was so angry.
It's in part of why it's so bad because I don't have the most pride in America. I should be able to have more pride in America, but I don't.
We've kind of talked about that.
Yeah, but even still, seeing like the Capitol building and just being something that's so sacred, being destroyed like that, and just being treated with no respect at all, is like I wouldn't have thought that would affect me, but I really did not enjoy seeing those like images of people fucking with everything. But then you think about the reason why, and how
it's even
profoundly stupid.
That's what I kept saying. Like people who were trying to say BLMs, they burned down entire, but they were fighting for something
huge
good.
Difference between destroying a Target, which is like a corporate thing that like destroys local businesses, and they can afford. Yeah, and there's a huge difference between that and fucking storming the Capitol building. And here's those people. I feel like, 4 people did die. So at first we heard about the lady who was shot in the chest. I thought she worked in the actual Capitol building, and I was fucking pissed. Like I was shaking my fist, angry. But then I found out it was like a Trump supporter, and I was like, well, I'm not angry, but I'm still sad because it's like, I'm pretty sure a cop killed her, and I'm like, why? Because like I saw the video of her dying, and it's like she's surrounded by other Trump supporters. Why did only one of them get shot, and the rest they're still going? None of them stopped. They were still doing their stupid ass shit. Yeah. So it's like she died for literally nothing, and I mean, yeah, she's an idiot because she's a Trump supporter, and she actually stormed the Capitol building. She shouldn't have been inside there in the first place. But it's like nothing was learned. There seems to be almost no consequences. We haven't heard anything about people getting arrested. Though I'm assuming there's going to be something because people who oppose, like the guy who's holding a picture of Nancy Pelosi's mail, and there's a dude who's like in her seat with like his feet on the desk. Yeah. So people have already doxed his full name. Like full names have already been doxed out there. So like I'm assuming it won't be hard for the FBI to do something because the civilians are just like, hey everyone, look into what this guy's doing. Yeah. Because if you were inside the Capitol building at all, you should be in trouble, in my opinion. Well, by definition, it's a terrorist attack. Yeah, and I don't know if these people realize that this is treason. This is not a protest. A protest would have been if you stayed outside and just yell at the police. But this is... Which is what Black Lives Matter does. Right. But this is not a protest. No. This is... It was a riot that turned into a terrorist act. Like, you can't attack your nation's capital. That is treason. So you should be in a lot of trouble. You should not be like a little bit of trouble. You should be in a lot of fucking trouble. But these people, they almost act like it's like, do they not realize what they're doing? Like, do they not realize how much trouble they should be in right now? No. Like, I hope because they're white. Yeah. If they were black, they'd be dead. I think that's true. I think that there's no way because the police would have a perfect excuse to have shot. There would be like at least 20 more people dead. But black people wouldn't have done it in the first place. I know, because they're smart. Yeah, because for one, there's that element of fear, because like they know that the police will not fuck around. But then there's the other element of it of they have a more focused message of what they're trying to accomplish. Like the people actually protesting are probably smarter than these people who are causing riots. So and people who are like, this was more peaceful than BLM. There was a study just published that found that 97% of BLM protests this year were peaceful. Yeah. Or it was 93. Almost all of them were peaceful. The thing is that there was... But the ones would go down at night. Yeah. But the thing is about what happened... Like, there's a great video by All Gas No Brakes where he's interviewing everyone at, like... We watched it together, right? Yeah. Where he's interviewing these people and they're just like... It's like white people who are like... yeah, we're getting naked, we're gonna protest, we're gonna do this artistic shit.
Yeah, they're not actually yelling.
We're college kids. Yeah, like, and then it cuts to black people being like, if you're white, don't destroy stuff, and don't try to make some movement about you.
And it's not just black people; it's like leaders of the BLM.
Yeah.
Like subsection of that.
Yeah. So like, yeah. Versus Trump being like, go to the Capitol
and then
and save the country, and they go, okay.
Yeah. After hours of fucking bullshit. And people telling Trump to say something, tell him to go home. Trump comes out and he's like, the election was stolen.
Yeah.
But
he said it was stolen like multiple times in his video address. He also said, we love you and you're very special. Like he talked to them like they're little children. He's like, you're my babies.
I love you. We all love you. Thank you for coming out here.
You guys are beautiful.
Yeah. It's almost like he was like, thank you. He was like thanking them.
Yeah. He's like, that's what I was saying. I was saying to you before we started that if literally everyone around Trump didn't tell Trump what happened was a disaster, I think he would have not have known it was a bad thing. I think he would have been like, yeah, but isn't this awesome? Like, they did it for me. And they're like, no, Trump, this is bad. If a single person supported him and he liked that, like if Rudy Giuliani was like, no, this is pretty cool, then he would be like doubling down today. Mm-hmm. The only reason he's back down is because no one is supporting him.
Even Rudy.
I mean, this is a horrible look. I mean, this is...
Yeah.
So what happened...
It would ruin his career if he hasn't already.
All of, like, the Democrats in the Senate are like, hey, if the cabinet doesn't invoke the 25th Amendment, we are going to impeach Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And there was a serious consideration... Because what I heard...
Because now the Senate can actually do it.
I heard that Pence was the one who ordered the National Guard, not Trump.
Oh, really?
But I don't know if that's confirmed or not. But,
I believe it.
But the thing is that, like, at first, the National Guard was called, and then it was denied. And it was like, dude, they're getting fucked right now. Like, and then the National Guard was called after everything went down.
Yeah.
The thing is that this would have never happened had they taken this threat seriously. And what really pisses me off, besides, like, just comparing it to BLM stuff, they were literally fighting Proud Boys and MAGA people the night before. There was violent protests and, like, people fighting the police the night before in D.C. outside the Capitol. So, how the fuck do they not take this shit seriously when they know that Trump's literally pissing people? But it's because what Jank from the Young Turks said on Twitter was they don't consider white Republicans a threat when they are attacking mosques and when they're attacking immigrants and when they're attacking BLM protesters. But now that they've attacked the Capitol, now they're a threat.
Yeah. And
it's like, that's bullshit. Because we've been calling this white terrorism for a while now, and they still didn't take this shit seriously. And it's like, this shit should have been out. The BLM stuff should have had that insane security. This should have. This is way more of a threat. So, kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Kind of, it pisses me off in a lot of ways. It's multi-layered.
I was furious yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like so angry.
Yeah, I was upset like the entire day.
Yeah. At work, like
I didn't think it. Normally that stuff does not upset me, but that really pissed me off. Just because, like we said,
it was such a stupid reason.
Everything about it was so stupid. It could have been prevented, but also like no one takes Trump seriously. I don't understand why. He says violent rhetoric constantly. Like we've all been saying for a while now, like something bad's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen. And it finally happened. I think it's because on election night, shit didn't go crazy. But I think the reason why shit didn't go crazy on election night was because we were like all waiting. And then by that, like everyone's hype died down. And then for this, Trump's like, I'm calling people to meet me. I'm going to piss them off and talk them up. And I'm going to send them to the Capitol. I don't know. It's like Trump was like, how come no one rioted for me when I lost? This is bullshit. I'm going to make them riot.
I just love the hypocrisy because a ton of my conservative friends before the election were like, "No, conservatives would never riot. They would never do what."
I don't know. They literally riot all the time. I don't know what they're talking. I don't know what they're watching. They riot.
But I've heard that so many times from conservatives. They're like, "We're not violent protesters like the Democrats. Like we don't do that shit. We'd never protest like BLM." And then like they go and they fucking storm the Capitol and fucking beat the shit out of cops.
I think what people forgot was back in the Bush times, because I was a kid in the Bush times. In the Bush times, it was like the left were seen as the really rational, reasonable ones because the right was all about the attack on, like, they're trying to destroy Christmas. We have to save Christmas. Democrats are trying to destroy Christmas. And no one could take Republicans seriously. They were the biggest punchline. We made fun of them constantly. They were against gay marriage. So it's so easy to punch at. Because you're still punching up, but they're really stupid, so it feels like you're punching down. But they have the power in the country. So it was just Green Day, System of a Down, Bad Religion, all the bands constantly mocking Republicans, constantly mocking the war. Everyone was thrashing Republicans 24/7. And then it stopped just because college kids acted childish over Trump stuff. And it's like, you're really basing our entire, the entire party off of the college students when it used to be your entire party were full of idiots. And people, and then they try to pretend they weren't the dumb ones. And I think newer generation of people just don't know. And so they don't realize how they're trying to reverse the roles so hard. And I think it all collapsed last night. Like, I think there's no question that the Republicans are the bigger babies, the more emotional people, the bigger snowflakes. That was a way bigger meltdown than we had when Trump got elected.
Yeah, when Trump got election, what?
We were afraid. I have a friend who is considered legal because of he has like a working thing. He has like a work. I forgot what it's called.
Work visa.
Yeah, it's like it's not a real visa. Like, you're not like a super real citizen or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a green card.
But you're literally legal as long as you like keep your work visa. So like basically means you have to like do things a legal citizen would do, which is like completely reasonable. Because
he has to pay taxes. And all that.
He's contributing to our society.
Mm-hmm.
So that's super reasonable. So that's like a fair thing. But Trump was like threatening getting rid of not only that, but he was getting rid of the Fourth Amendment, where if you're born in this country, you're an American citizen. That doesn't even make sense, but he was threatening that. So you could see why some of us got upset and emotional when Trump was elected, because it was like, hey, we have friends and family who might get their lives fucked.
And he wanted to get rid of DACA.
Yeah.
Which is, if you weren't born in this country, but you were taken to America by like the age of like when you're a baby or a toddler, you'd be an American citizen.
That's my friend. He's like, he came out like 3 or 4 or something. It's just like so stupid. You're an American at that point. Like,
right? What? You're gonna go home to a country you've never been to before?
Right. You don't
like that doesn't make sense. Yeah, America's your home at that point,
and you possibly don't even have family there for all you know. Like,
right?
Like, it's like it's such a stupid thing.
It doesn't make sense at all.
It makes no sense. So I mean, as long
as those people are more American than the fucking retards that stormed Capitol Hill. Yeah, no, those people who stormed Capitol Hill they're Confederate loving, like they're like Confederate people. Like they're barely even part of this country. I know. They praise the losing side constantly. Yeah, they still want to concede. Like, they don't want anything to do with America. They don't care about America, so fuck them. They don't. The thing is that, okay, here's the thing about the Electoral College. I understand why it might seem bad to give so much priority to states with big cities in them because they have the most population. So if we did only the popular vote, it could be like very misrepresentative of what the whole country needs, because we might be only focusing on New York and California. But I don't hear too many people who are Republicans from the South talk about economic issues. I don't hear them talk about issues outside of like gay marriage, war stuff, which I understand the war stuff, but the war is kind of nuanced too. And they have a kind of a stupid opinion on that. Yeah. They talk about gun amendment stuff. They never talk about anything that has to do with the economy of like farming or anything about rural areas, which is what they should be shining at. They should be like, this Democratic president is terrible. They're outsourcing jobs for this. They don't care about farmers. Great, but they don't do that. I know. They're like, we don't like abortion and gay marriage. It's like, no one fucking cares about your opinion, dude. How long ago did you say black people couldn't marry white people? Yeah, shut the fuck up. And just so anyone's aware, the Confederate flag, I think I've said it on a podcast before, but there was multiple battle flags during the Confederacy. That Confederate flag was not the flag. Now, maybe had the South won, they would have had an official flag. They didn't make a fucking official flag. They had no fucking official flag. That Confederate battle flag became popular during the segregation era when people were protesting anti-segregation schools. It's like, if you remember when like those first black children got to go to a white school, mm-hmm. and they had to be like guarded by the military. Mm-hmm.
people were waving the
The
Confederate
National
flags.
Guard came in and guarded them.
Yeah, they had to guard kids going to fucking school. Why? Because people were waving Confederate flags.
They would have killed them.
Because the reason why that flag became popular, because at that time, that's when it was decided that version of the flag was going to be the flag that represents the Confederacy. So if you want to say our heritage isn't just about slavery, fine. That flag is about racism. That flag came back literally to protest, to be pro-segregation.
Yeah.
Protest the end of segregation. So, no, the Confederate flag is 100% a racist flag. And people were waving it inside the Capitol building, which is like, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's the same thing as the swastika. It's not. But, like, it's still, like, our enemy. They're not our friends. Like, no. the South, like...
And even then, like, the South wanted to secede. They did not want to be a part of America. Right. Why is, like... So, like... How is that an American thing?
Yeah, it's
How is that American? It's not. You don't want to be American.
Well, it's their thing of they just want to grab a bunch of beers together and go, hey, don't piss us off or we'll all get... Because, like, they all have... The South has this thing where they're all like, well, the Southern states are our friends. And if the North ever pisses us off again... And up here, we're just like, what? I forgot the Civil War happened, honestly. Like, we don't care.
Yeah. And I think what
we just, like, make fun of Texas. Like, we don't care about the South.
I think and the Republicans are always like, bring a Civil War on. We have all the guns. It's like, okay, but you do realize that the military would be on our side.
Yeah.
Because you want to be seceding.
Yes. If you're
so saying, you will be fighting against the U.S. military.
Which is the most powerful
military in the world. With a bunch of fucking pea shooters and shotguns.
That's the Republicans' fault. They're the ones who made it so powerful.
No. It's so funny.
So you cucked yourself. Good job. You did this to yourself.
They never think about that. They're like, yeah, bring it on, Democrats. We got all the guns. And it's like, okay. But if you secede, you will be fighting the U.S. military.
One time my older brother really did say, like, you don't understand, like, the tactics of guerrilla warfare. We could get a lot accomplished. Yeah, you fat rednecks are going to do what the Viet Cong did to us. I fucking doubt it.
Nor will you have
there was a few years ago when a bunch of rednecks...
Well, the Viet Cong was supported by Russia.
Yeah.
It was backed by Russia.
Right. Well,
who are you going to be backed by?
We're just assuming they have a bunch of guns they already bought from America, okay?
But
even then, I don't...
Russia backed the Viet Cong.
Yeah. So...
And we've backed the others. Like,
yeah.
We weren't fighting just the Viet Cong. We were fighting Russia.
Yeah. And so...
So if you go up against us without, like, another, like, China at your back, which you fucking hate China... Like, maybe if they had China backing them, it would be a serious threat. But they all fucking hate foreigners.
Biden's the one who's trying to get China on board with America, not Trump's. Trump's the one who's super hard and strict. So the second the Chinese realize who's who, they're not going to fucking back you.
No, they're going to back us.
Right? If anything, Russia would back the South just to be like, let's cause chaos in America.
Yeah.
But, like, even at that point, like, I'm pretty sure every other country would be looking at Russia or China and be like, you cannot back the South.
No.
Because that's a disaster for world relations. America is so important for world economy.
World economy, yes.
Like, you cannot... like
that would cripple the economy. It would world economy.
It would fuck up the entire world so much that literally, like, everyone who's a part of the UN would be like, we're going to help America.
No!
So not only be, like, the most powerful country in the world, you'd have, like, fucking
Britain,
the top
we would
20
have,
powerful
countries. I know, we would have Britain, Australia, we would have all of Europe, Australia, fucking...
We'd have everyone.
We'd have Mexico.
We'd have Japan and Puerto Rico and Cuba and all. We'd have everyone.
So they would just rednecks, please, honestly, please, try.
Honestly, like
you can't. You're not gonna win.
But the thing is, it wouldn't even get that far.
No, it wouldn't.
It would take like 2 drones to kill their entire army. like you don't understand. You can't even hide in trees. We have infrared. You can't even do the guerrilla warfare stuff. We have literally infrared cameras on fucking flying things with machine guns attached. You'll just die instantly.
Guerrilla warfare only works if you have if both sides have the same tech. It's like same level of technical weapons and stuff. But since we would be so much technically advanced than they, like they don't have access to military drones. They don't have access to U.S. aircraft.
Literally
carriers.
Only work if they're assuming that we're gonna not take them seriously and never try. But once you like actually kill a bunch of our people, it's gonna be taken seriously.
Like, I don't know. Do they literally think that the military would back them? Because the military is
they
bound by the Constitution.
I think they just are so stubborn because like Southern people are.
Yeah,
they're just like we'll just go down. We'll just die fighting. We don't care. That makes They think okay. So here's the thing: when they actually stormed the Capitol, they were inside. There is a picture of one dude who had a bunch of zip ties.
Yeah,
that's a scary thought.
Yeah,
if he actually found like the senators working and like tied them up, that's a scary thought. And what would have happened if he would have held hostages? He'd be dead. Like the National Guard would have fucking blown his brains out. Like that's insane that he even had it. But I don't think they found anyone because everyone was evacuated to such a good area.
They said,
but so many people who in there, I think they just wanted to like. I think they did it as like a protest thing. I think they just wanted to go in the Capitol and fuck with shit. But I don't think any of them had any harm or any intention to harm anyone. I think they just wanted to fucking cause a ruckus.
Okay.
But the thing is it's like, why are you doing this? This is so stupid. You don't even know why you're doing this.
You know what's even dumber?
Right.
Is they tried to blame Antifa for it.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
I don't even like talking about that debate or that argument because I give it it's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
I don't even have to respond to that.
It's just funny. Like they'll blame Antifa for everything, even shit they do.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, "Oh, Antifa!" Like the one girl who's like,
"Yeah."
They were like, "She's raising the fist and she has a black on. You really think she's one of ours?" It's like she's not raising like the fist, like the communist fist. Which is like, you just do this.
The people who are in there are like the most rednecky white people ever. There's no question about it.
She was like celebrating. She was like, yeah!
They do that shit too. They love co-opting her stuff. People were they are reenacting George Floyd's death on like the stairs and stuff. Like they would have people lay down going with their tongues out like, I'm dead. And then have another guy with his knee on their neck. Because they still think that's a funny meme that George Floyd died. Because people think he like deserved to die.
Oh my god.
And that's why they have the Blue Lives Matter flag. So whenever like people have the Blue Lives Matter stuff, remember, it's literally not about they support the police. They think that when police kill black people deserve it 100% of the time. they think the police never make mistakes. And and like, come on. So like,
I love seeing it when they use Punisher.
Yeah.
Even though Punisher hates the fucking cops.
Punisher like kills corrupt politicians and kills like corrupt police chiefs and Punisher is sometimes it's written by conservatives and sometimes written by liberals, but like he has a very strict moral compass. Punisher is not I defend America, I love the cops.
Yeah.
Captain America isn't that either. He famously went against the American government when he thought the American government went out of line, which was covered in both Captain America 2 and Captain America 3, the movies, but those are based off the comics. Because the true meaning of America would be to stand up against that kind of tyranny. Because America is not a fascist nation. As System Down so politely screamed at us in BYOB, we're not in a fascist nation. Like,
God, they're so fucking dumb.
And it's bad that they basically are like, yeah, we want fascism. Like, they're just like, give us fascism. Like, well, just because you want to own the libs? You want to own the libs so bad you'll give away your freedoms? Like, what is wrong with you? You've missed the point, and that's why this protest that turned to a riot, that turned to treason, pisses me off so much. Because it's like, you're fighting for nothing. You have no point. You have no moral code. There's nothing behind this at all. This is just literally like, go team.
Fuck, they're just doing it because
fuck Trump... your feelings. We stormed the Capitol because fuck your feelings.
They literally did it because Trump said to. Like,
you know what? Fuck your feelings. Get over that you lost. I was on the H Street podcast. He was watching it live because they were going to do like a recorded thing, and like we gotta do this live because this is going on right now. And he was trying to explain the South to his Israeli wife because she doesn't know everything about America all the time. And he's like, basically, like they lost the war. And he goes, If you think about it, they lost the war and they support Trump, who lost the election. So really, they're like the biggest losers of all time. And he's like, "Damn, dude, I'm getting tired of winning so much." Like, and that it's true though. Like, you guys, like,
stop. Just
don't be sore losers.
God.
Just give up.
Why
do you care so much about politics? You clearly know nothing about it. At least understand what was going on in the world. Why do you even care? You just literally hate black people so much but when they have the Blue Lives Matter things and the Confederate things, you hate black people, and it's like, is that your only like straw in this fight? Is that all you have? You have no other reason? You don't care about you're I like trickle down economics. No one says that. No one says that. They don't care. At least say you hate ISIS. People used to pretend. People used to say, "I want Trump because he'll be hard on ISIS." People used to say that. Yeah. They don't even say that anymore. No. They just hate Mexicans and black people, and sometimes hate gay people too. So it's like,
I like trickle down economics.
I like trickle down economics.
They work.
It works when the fucking I have no money and the rich people have all the money and create shitty jobs, but they don't pay us. And Walmart has to have all of its employers on fucking food stamps because Walmart doesn't pay people enough to work there. I love that shit.
Oh my god. People are so stupid.
Look,
they're like fighting for a lost election, but they also don't get paid shit.
So like, I just want to reiterate, because like I know people from the South, and I know people from the South who are very liberal and democratic and smart, and they are like, yeah, a lot of people here are dumb. And it's like, yeah, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Southern Republican idiots. But also, if you're just a Republican in general, there's no way you can defend what happened. There's no defense for it. I can literally defend Black Lives Matter. And you might say, I can't defend it. I can't defend the violence that happened against police. I can't defend whenever police are killed during those attacks. I can say, well, the police start a lot of those confrontations. And they cause a lot of those riots a lot of times are started by police too. And they plant bricks, and they literally goad people into starting riots on purpose so they can fuck them up. They also just attack peaceful protests and tear gas the shit out of people at peaceful protests. And they tell them to go. I think I put the video on a podcast before where like they told them to march down a street, so the police were following these people. They're pushing the protest, and then they cornered them on both sides, and then both sides just opened fire with rubber bullets. And it was like, what's the fucking point? Just to punish people? Like, just to like...
Have you...
Like, and so, I can defend that stuff. I can't defend... No one can defend what happened with the Capitol. So...
Have you, first, have you seen the trial of the...
I still haven't watched it yet.
Really good. Watch it. Because it's like... It very much reflects BLM protests. Yeah. Also, did you hear Mitt Romney's speech?
No.
It was really good too.
He's been pretty much against Trump for like the entire 4 years. He's been pretty anti-Trump.
He was basically like Trump.
So was McCain.
Yeah.
The two guys who ran against Obama were pretty much both like, nah, fuck Trump.
Yeah.
But those people, the Republican Trump is the Republican Party. Make no mistake. But what I was like, when we were listening to that at work, I told Kelsey like, because they're calling in on the news, they're calling in Republican senators and Republican congressmen. They're like, what do you think about this? Should Trump stop? I'm like, yes. Trump shouldn't have never done this. And I was like, this is literally, they're just giving Republicans an olive branch. They're like, look, say you don't like Trump, and you're going to look really good. We're giving you a chance to get out of this. Because at this point, they're like willing to just be like, we're not going to shame you for supporting Trump all these years. Just say you want out now, and we'll let it all go.
Yeah. And then all the senators who wanted to...
Which Ted Cruz was like kind of promoting what happened too.
Yeah, well, all the senators that like backed Ted Cruz and trying to reverse the electoral votes or whatever. Yeah. They all like some of them were like, never mind, we don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, oops.
Ted Cruz is fucking retarded.
Maybe you shouldn't say the election was stolen over and over and over, and make people feel like America's turning into like an evil force. Like this is the opposite of patriotism. Like you're planting seeds of doubt and turning people poisoned against America. Like
it's almost like it's a U.S. backed coup.
Yeah, it's a coup. It was a coup attempt, and now people are like, well, it's a coup attempt. It wasn't a coup. Like, well, it was an attempt on a coup is a coup. Like it just didn't go very far.
Yeah.
I don't think that what happened was I think they tried to act like it was a demonstration, but I think the only reason why violent things didn't happen is because senators evacuated. I honestly don't know what would have happened if. Honestly, it's a very scary thing to happen, and I don't take it lightly at all. And I think those people were fucking crazy. So I mean, they were punching cops, so why wouldn't they punch senators? I don't know.
What, they were probably gonna fucking execute them.
Yeah. Though I did see, there's 2 videos I want to add in this podcast. One is like a cop there's like helping an elderly woman down the stairs after she was already inside the Capitol building. Because, you know, if it's a BLM old man, they'll push him on his head and crack his skull open. But if it's a fucking old lady after storming the Capitol, like, well, I better help this old lady down the stairs. And the other video is this woman named Wendy who said her name and said where she's from on video. And she is like really upset because she got maced.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, they maced me! You know, like when you're maced at a BLM protest and all you did was just hold up a sign?
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, they're macing us, these fucking pigs. And, you know, they're like tyrannical. They're protecting the rich class. They don't care about freedom of speech. They're literally like messing up with our rights.
But then storm the Capitol building.
And she's like, they fucking maced me!
What the fuck?
And they're like, well, why'd you get maced? She's like, well, I was trying to get inside the Capitol building. And you're like, well, why'd you do that? She's like, because it's a revolution. No. It's not a revolution. So, like, that means, because what they're saying is, like, literally, their messaging and their point is, if Trump doesn't get elected undemocratically, we're going to attack. And so they attacked. Which, again, what they attacked was literally a meaningless ceremony that holds no value on who's going to be president. They were like, meet our demands or we're going to attack. And it's like, it was decided months ago. This was decided in November. This is not on us right now. Literally, you need to go back in time. We can't do anything for you. And so they attacked. And it's like, you guys are the... If you're going to storm the Capitol, it can at least be over something crazy. Like, why does it have to be this?
Yeah.
This is terrible. So I'm pretty upset about it. And you know what? I'm just ultimately so happy that the Democrats control everything now and Trump's gone. We don't have to deal... I said this in the past. I don't want to ever talk about Trump again. For a while, he was doing well. He just kind of stayed in his, like...
Now he's banned on Twitter.
Yeah. That if you went to his tweets yesterday, he would tweet, and then they would have no ability to retweet or like. No ability to comment or like. All you could do is retweet it. And it was literally him being like, it's still stolen, by the way, way after his video. He's still, like, saying shit, and Twitter had, like, a special message. I haven't seen anything else, and it was like, because normally the under Trump's tweets, like, this is disputed.
Yeah.
The election was completely legit. But now it would be like, this is disputed. The election's completely legit. We're not allowing anyone to like or comment in fear of inciting violence. Because everything he was saying... And then people were literally criticizing Twitter. Within hours, all of his tweets were taken down. And it's like, yeah. I honestly, normally, I think freedom of speech is a good thing. But it literally has become a safety concern to let Trump even speak. And I made fun of Kamala Harris back in the debates before she dropped out, when she was still running against Biden. She was making a point. She was trying to grill Elizabeth Warren on, don't you think Trump should be banned off Twitter? And Elizabeth Warren was like, that's not a real concern. I don't give a shit. I'm trying to talk about policies. And she's like, oh, so you're not in favor of banning it? And it made Kamala Harris look like a fucking idiot. But actually, apparently she was right. apparently she was correct. And he should have been banned a long time ago, because it may have actually prevented this attack. So that's the level we're talking about here. He does have a hold on his followers. I don't know. It's literally a religion at this point. I don't know why. I don't know why they like him so much.
I don't know either. He's an ass. He's a douchebag.
If you think about it, it's like, okay, because he's nothing like them. He's not from the South at all.
No.
He just says like pro-gun stuff and anti-Mexican stuff. And so I guess it's like, oh, that's Republican shit. But like, he's literally the opposite of them in every way. He's not even Christian, you know, but he just says some nice stuff about God here and there. But it's like, they're not And people say, "Oh, well, these people know that." I don't think they know that.
No, they go onto his comments and like, "You're the chosen one by God. You're the second coming of Christ."
I think they're just. It's because what he says is so, like opposite of what Democrats want, and the other Republicans were kind of folding on certain issues, and it's maybe because Marco Rubio is Hispanic, and maybe it's because Jeb Bush has an Hispanic wife. Maybe that's why they're pro-immigration, but Republicans are not like for just because like the party started allowing actual Hispanic people into the party. The white Republicans were pissed about that. They're like, no, no diversity, only white people. We're not for white race. We're not for white power. We're not racist. Yes, you are. Stop pretending. Again, I don't hear you talk about economic stuff ever. So just fuck off. I used to never be like that. I used to never be like, all Trump supporters are racist. But those people who stormed the Capitol are racist. I'm not saying all Trump supporters are racist, but those people who do that shit are racist. Like, all racists are Trump supporters. Let's say that.
That's what I say.
Not all Trump supporters are racist, but all racists are Trump supporters.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It does.
It might not be completely true. There might be some libertarians in there, but come on, let's be real. You're just conservatives anyway. Like,
yeah.
You're not Trump conservative, but you're still a form of conservative. I mean, Rand Paul is like the biggest libertarian out right now. I mean, I'm sure some of you care about Joe Jorgensen or whatever, but what the fuck, man? Fuck that bitch. She's dumb as shit. She never had a chance.
No.
She got 2% of the vote in every state that she got more than 0% in. Fuck her. She didn't do shit. Fuck libertarians. Fuck Republicans. Yes, gay people are cool. Yeah, black people are cool. Republicans, not cool. Republicans are not cool.
Nope.
Well, we have a little bit of time left. You want to talk about porn now?
Porn.
We gotta talk about porn.
I love porn.
All right, so
only straight porn though, and lesbian.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, what about lesbian porn? I think. Well, maybe we don't need to dive too much into porn. Just talk about the issue we were going to talk about before I go off track.
I don't know when this happened. It happened a little bit ago, but I guess you never heard about it. So,
well, I heard about it, but I didn't know it was as big a deal as you're saying.
So, apparently, there's been a bunch of people like emailing and messaging Pornhub because they have their rape videos uploaded on Pornhub.
Yeah,
and Pornhub's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
And they never do anything about it. And they're like, but this is literally a video of me being raped.
There's sometimes, I know revenge porn is up there, and revenge porn is so easy to spread.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to punish, because no one gives a shit. But it should be pretty easy to be like, hey, I only sent a video or pictures to one person.
Yeah.
And it's online. So put 2 and 2 together at this point. I mean, it should be easy to prosecute that.
Yeah.
But,
But it would be like, group rapes, and they all like fucking post it on there.
I've never seen.
But then Pornhub won't do anything about it after they've been messaged.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know.
Apparently, like a ton of people have gone on there and like found a bunch of child porn and like and actual rape videos.
Well, I could totally believe child porn because it's how do they ever verify if it's an amateur? If it's like an amateur channel, like if it's a YouTube channel, I guess, because I know it's like. Isn't Pornhub like different uploaders?
Yeah.
So it's like if it's like an amateur uploader guy, I'm just gonna call it a channel. That makes sense to me. Yeah, there's no way to verify as Pornhub that those people are actually over 18. They could just be like 16 or 17. And I'm sure there is like examples of like middle schoolers, and because who's gonna verify it?
Right. But so that happened, and then a bunch of like rape videos have been found, and Pornhub was like not doing anything about it. And their moderation is really lax. Like they don't have any moderators.
Yeah.
Like no one
I know
moderates videos.
OnlyFans people complain that their content is re-uploaded on Pornhub. I know that.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no way to even dispute like, hey, this shouldn't be up. It's literally me.
Yeah.
So.
But no, people will do that, and they're like, okay, I don't fucking care. And then it got to a point where MasterCard and Visa was like, we're not allowing payments anymore on Pornhub.
That'll do it.
Yep. And Pornhub's like, fuck!
Now they care.
And then they're like, okay, we're going to delete every video that's not from a verified channel, which was 10 million plus videos. which is like 80% of their
'cause
entire website.
How do you even become verified? YouTube will verify.
I don't know.
YouTube will be like, okay, YouTube doesn't verify that many people anyway, but YouTube's like, YouTube will give you like special privileges depending on how many viewers you get. How do you become a big professional Pornhub person?
Well, the way that verification should work is it just verifies that the channel is yours and that you are the owner of your channel.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
So basically, it's basically going to be impossible to be like an up and comer porn person now.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sign with like a bigger studio, or else people are going to have to like pay you individually on OnlyFans. It's basically the only two options you have now is get lucky on OnlyFans or go with like a big label, basically.
So yeah,
which kind of hurts independent stuff. So I can see how that's a problem.
It's just like, I don't know, like Pornhub just like nuked they like hit the self-destruct button.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was that many channels. I felt like most of the content couldn't be that different. But I guess there's a lot of amateur stuff. Yeah. So that does suck for all the amateur people who are doing things by the books. So
well, there are like amateur verified people on there.
Yeah. They probably have a lot of views or something. I don't know. But how do you get to that point now? You can't. You don't get to upload stuff.
I don't know. I think the appropriate thing to do is actually moderate your videos.
Yeah. Well, if they start doing that now, then at least we can get somewhere. But I doubt they're going to do that now.
No.
I think they're just going to be like only verified stuff. And how?
I don't know. This happened a while ago, so I don't know what else has happened about it.
Nah, I'm sure not. It's Pornhub. They probably don't give a shit. Everyone complains about Pornhub all the time, so I'm sure like everyone I know who's like every like person I've ever followed on Twitter who is like has any involvement with the porn industry, they always complain about Pornhub. So I mean, this is nothing new. This is
yeah.
Everyone always hates Pornhub. It's just like the popular one, and they have a good logo because it's basically just a YouTube logo, but it's Halloween colors. People like to take that logo and write other text and put on shirts, like Bible study. But it's the Pornhub logo.
Yeah.
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 So, I don't have much to say about that besides, well, I don't know. I have nothing to say.
So, yeah, Tyler, all our videos were taken down.
It's bullshit.
I know.
I worked so hard on those videos. Was Belle Delphine verified? Because like she has those like parody videos, and so does that one dude. The one dude with who's like, "I tuck you in at night." POV, yeah. I tuck you in. At night. Yeah. That dude, he's gotta be verified. He won like a Pornhub award, so he's gotta be verified.
I'm sure Belle Delphine is, and he's like, too.
I do your dishes, and I don't complain about it. That's literally like, what women masturbate to.
I know. He's like, I watch
married women. They're like, "Oh my god, this is the kind of man I want."
Watching Clouds with Mia Malkova.
Yeah, yeah. He did after he got really big. He started doing crossovers with like actual porn stars.
Yeah,
but he just like did normal stuff with them. But it was like him and like big name actresses.
Yeah,
he's so cool. I don't know how that even started because like anyone could have done it, but he had like a good enough camera and he just dressed nice enough to where it was fine. It could have been anyone. Now no one can do that. He's
my phone.
Oh, I was like, did you just broke me too? No, but that makes more sense. Yeah, no, he's got the whole market on that. Like, no, I know. He's got to be still on there.
It's so
no, but dude, people used to upload. They'd be like Melee Grand Finals on Pornhub, and
yeah, the entire Dragon Ball movie was on there. At
the entire
one point.
B movie,
yeah,
like new episodes of Dragon Ball Super.
Stupid fucking bitch Lyle solves the puzzle.
That's on there. I couldn't find like if you couldn't find new episodes of Dragon Ball Super when it was airing, you could try find it on Pornhub and. It would be there sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because those websites, like you had to find it on like a shady website sometimes.
Yeah. So
if you couldn't find a good like stream quality, you just like go to Pornhub and see if you could find a better quality in Pornhub. Because funny. Like people would upload Game Grumps videos on Pornhub. Like it became a joke, and I think Pornhub was fine with it because they thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But now because it's such a legal problem, they have to.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Ruin the joke
with the stupid fucking bitch Lyle.
I mean, I probably have. It's been a while. Like I've seen almost every Oni play.
Yeah,
not recently, but I've seen so many.
It was when they were playing like Uncharted.
I used to watch Zach it was like man, because it came out like when it got really big, when they first did like Crash Bandicoot with Ding Dong and Julian's when it first started exploding. But I watched it even before then. Like, man, it's so weird. Like, it's been around so long now.
Yeah.
But Game Grumps was around, like, Game Grumps started in like 2013. Then Oni Plays was like the next year. But Oni Plays didn't beat big until like 2016. And like, I can't believe like that shit's still going. Like both of them. I can't believe it. But they're going strong. Oni Plays is still like one of my favorite YouTube channels, for sure. He went from the guy who I kind of liked on Newgrounds. Like, I just like, oh, his content's good. To being like, oh, he's like my favorite YouTuber.
Yeah.
He's so funny. I can't wait for his game.
Mm-hmm.
There was a game I wanted to talk about. Oh, Lego Star Wars. What the fuck? It was supposed to come out like last year.
What, really?
Lego Star Wars Complete Saga? It was announced like 2 years ago. How long does it take to make a Lego Star Wars game? But I think it's coming out this year. I was thinking about that at work today. I was like, you know, a lot of those games that were shown at E3, like 2019, didn't come out in 2020. Like,
yeah, like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I know.
Elden Ring.
But like, what the fuck? Where's all these games? Show me the games.
I don't know why it takes so long.
Well, either way. Well, I understand there was a pandemic, but that only really affected things for a few months. Everyone seems to be back on track nowadays.
Yeah,
because they figured out how to do things. Anyway, let's not keep this going longer than it needs to.
Okay.
We've been doing long ones
lately.
There's no point.
We hit all the marks.
Yeah.
We hit
Marxism.
the nail on the head. We hit the head of the dick.
Yeah.
We stuck the dick in the vagina. I don't know.
There's like a TikTok of this guy. He's like, the square goes through the square hole. And he goes, now the rectangle also goes through the square hole. And he's like, the smaller square. And there's like a small square hole. And he goes through the square hole. And then he takes like a circle. Oh, it's a circle. And there's like a circle hole. And he goes in the square hole. And but like, he takes every shape and puts all of them through the square hole. But they all fit in the square hole. He doesn't struggle. He just puts them right through every time. And it's like, it's only funny because it's like, there's no way they're all going to go in the square hole. But they all fucking go in the square hole. It's like, dude,
that's really good.
Who made this thing? It was probably him. But it's one of those things. The thing about TikToks and Vines, they're so easy to like fake shit, and it's just like, yeah, but it's so funny because like you're so engrossed in the concept of it that like you don't care if it's fake or not. You just believe in it so much.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like fake pranks are lame because once you find out they're fake, it ruins all the fun. But like when people do like weird TikToks where they fake the entire concept, it's like, but the concept itself is still so funny that I'm actually fine with them faking it. Like, so.
All right.
Yeah. We can
see you next week at the next podcast. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, hopefully there won't be any more
and tuning in.
I was actually worried about that today.
Oh yeah.
But luckily, no.
Nope. If there is, we'll be here next week.
Yep. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right.
Wasteland Podcast. Signing out.
Calf. Hey, Calf.